Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Bulldog 917, your host, the host with the most, coming to you live from my studio / laundry room. And in case if you notice here, my camera is blocked out, and there's some pretty good reasons for that. Here sitting with me is an investigator on the behalf of my company that is checking into the ordeal that's happened to me on 8/1/2021. Anyway,
You ready?
there's some segments that we have to go through. Now, please bear with me if the mic goes mute from time to time to block out some personal information. But other than that, here we go.
You ready?
Yeah, we are ready.
Put that back in the wall so I don't get accused of stealing it.
Oh,
I had a lady left it on her sofa arm and it fell down, and I was driving back from Reno and she calls me and goes, "Would you give me back your license?" Yeah.
okay. No.
Remember to speak up. You do well. No nodding. This doesn't pick up your head nodding or anything.
No.
All right, ready to do this?
Yep, I'm ready. We're ready.
Hey, this is Richard Banneman with Hub Enterprises here on behalf of Ameritrust and Star Insurance. Their claim number, William Charles Boy Victor, 21006434. This claim involves an alleged injury to Alexander Castellano on August 1st, 2021. Today is Friday, September 17th, 2021, and the time is 9:12 a.m. We are at 1029 Meridian Avenue, San Jose, California. This is an in-person recorded statement with Howard McLeod. Hub case number is 2109000421. Now, Mr. McLeod, you see the recording device I set in between us?
Yep, I sure have. It's a black device with the screen on it.
And you understand it's my intention to record this entire conversation?
Yes, sir.
All right. Please state.
Do I have your consent as well?
Yeah, go ahead. Can you state your full name and spell your last name?
Yes, my name is Howard McLeod, and the spelling of my last name is McLeod.
And date of birth?
Date of birth 10/28/1968.
And last four digits, your social security number? Starting this recording, did you provide me with your California driver's license?
Yes, sir, I did.
And I photographed it and wrote that in information.
Yes, sir.
And with your permission, took a picture of you.
Yes, sir.
All right, for the record, California license number F is in Frank. Avenue, San Jose, California.
Yes, sir. We're at my current address.
And what is the best telephone number for you?
It is
'" And who's your current employer? And do they have any association with CNC? And how long have you worked for them?
I've worked for them for about 10 years. For about 10 years now.
Yeah. And what is your job title?
Security officer.
And who is your supervisor?
My supervisor is going.
And how do you know Alexander Castellanos?
Now, I never knew his last name, or her last name, but she's a coworker. Somebody that works with the company.
You know when she was hired?
No clue. I barely even knew this person.
And Are you aware of her having any prior injuries to any parts of her body, neck, back, arms, legs, hands? Did she ever say anything about her injuries?
I have never observed anything like that.
You aware of her having any pre-existing conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, bad heart, or anything?
No. Oh, well, I wasn't aware of anything, no.
And how would you describe her personality?
Very moody, very rude, and very obnoxious.
How about her work demeanor? Was she a good worker, hard worker, lazy worker?
Well, I don't work around her. The only intervention that I had with her is during a shift change. Is she informative? No. She just more likely wants to clock out and go home. And that's fine. I'm good with it, as long as they're being polite, at least trying to show some form of professionalism. I mean, normally in our field, when you do a shift change, you get pass downs and how your shift goes and stuff. I don't get any of that from her. If I'm doing that, I'm being nosy according to her. So,
do you know if she had any concurrent employment? She had a second job? She worked somewhere else?
I don't know. I really don't know anything about her.
And what were her job duties?
Just the same as mine. It's make sure that people come into the building, that their temperature is checked and that it's okay. To provide masks to all the employees. To wand out some of the employees when they go to check out. And to walk the premises if there's no employees in the building, to shut down all lights, to close the back shipping gates, lock and secure the place, make sure the alarm is set, to make patrols around the parking lot and scan checkpoints. I've always found the lights and everything on when I go to relieve her, so I know she wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing anyway.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best security officer, how would you rate her?
Would I rate her? If I was to rate her, her performance, I really wouldn't know because I don't stand over. I don't know all she does during her shift. And I'd hate to say, because even though that when I would show up on the site and I would do a shift change with her and find all the lights on and everything when there's no employees there, doesn't necessarily mean that she probably get the gist of everything on the post. So I can't say anything negative in that way. It just wouldn't be right.
Are you aware of any problems she's had with the company? Any verbal warnings? Any written disciplinary actions? Anything like that? Prior to this?
I'm not certain. All I've been told is that I guess I'm not the only one that she's pulled this with her attitude.
What do you mean pulled this with her attitude?
Well, she's a very snooty person. My first encounter with her was on a whole different site. It was a place that I used to go to pick up my paycheck. And I came across her. Through my observation, she was new. I'd never seen her on the site before. And I made that inquiry about it. And she told me it's none of my business. She says, look, you're new here, aren't you? Yeah, so it's none of your business. Like, wow, okay.
So so basically you just relieved her. You didn't actually work with her on any.
No, I didn't work with her on side by side or anything like that. But I got the whole gist of her attitude. I tell you that much. It's not something desirable.
And what was the date and time that the incident took place?
The incident, this incident that took place.
Yeah, with her.
It was on 8/1. 2021, and it was about at approximately 11:47, 11:48.
AM, PM?
That's PM.
And where did the incident occur?
Oh shoot, I don't have my phone. My memory is just horrible when it comes. There's 3 different ways of approaching that property, and there's 3 different addresses on it. But it's with the NS. Well, yeah, hold on.
At the time?
What do you mean?
Why was she there?
Why would she? Oh, I was supposed to relieve her.
Why was she there?
Why
What
would
was she doing?
I don't know.
Was she working?
She was working, yes. She was working.
And is she required to be in that area as part of her normal job duties?
Yes.
And so you mentioned you were there to relieve her. What time did you arrive? Or was that 11:47, 11:48?
It was somewhere around there, yes.
And why don't you describe to me what happened in your own words?
In my own words, well, I pulled up and got out of my car and approached the building. Well, the reason why I stopped and got out of my car to approach the building is she had her car backed in. Now, from what I gathered is that they removed her from the site. So this is what you're probably talking about, the previous write-ups or something like that. There was an incident, and she got very vulgar with me. That was during, that led up to this whole ordeal. A few weeks prior, her and I got into a very argumentative stand. First of all, she looks like a guy. I knew her as a guy and had no idea that she was a transgender, none whatsoever. And so some of the remarks that she made to me even makes it even more insulting because of her rude she snapped at me and I got mad. I got upset. And kind of like threw up the hey, fuck you kind of thing. And because she was saying insulting things, I was inquiring about the guard that was supposed to normally be there on Sunday nights if she was okay, because the previous week she came in and she had been out for a couple weeks prior to that, and she said she was out sick. So I was just concerned for her to see if I just wanted to know if she was okay. While inquiring about that with Alex, she was telling me it's none of your business what the hell she does, where the hell she goes, and whatever she does. You just stick to you. And I got agitated. I told her, well, fuck you too. And then next thing you know, it got into this fuck you match between us. And she tells me, well, at least I get pussy. And I was like, where did that come from? And by the way, just so you know, stick pussy doesn't count, was my reaction to it. And so she replies telling me, well, that's not what your mother said. As a matter of fact, your old lady thinks I'm pretty damn good in this sack. And if you really want to go there, I'll come real hard for your daughter.
And this all happened a couple weeks prior?
That happened a couple weeks prior to this incident here. Now, I took a step back and I told her, you did strike a nerve with me. If you're trying to get your ass beat, you're cruising for it. and then I'd shut my mouth and I'd say another word to her. But again, at the time, I thought it was a male. I honestly did. He just clocked out, left, and damn near left with the key card. I had to open the door to tell her, hey, look, you still got the key card on you. Can you at least bring the key card back? She brought it up to the concrete barrier that you see right here.
That's right. You don't need to tell me.
She brought it up here. She stopped and put it right here. And then I just went up and grabbed it. And I didn't want any more contact with it.
So for the record, on your computer screen, you have an outside surveillance
camera
of the thing that we have not viewed and will view later.
Right.
So then what happened on the first?
Okay.
So you pulled up, got out, the vehicle was back in, and you approached the building.
Okay. So yes, well, anyways, the second or third week after this confrontation that I had with her, I went up to relieve her and stood at the door and rapped on the door. And she looked up at me and she had hung her head back down. And I stood there for a good minute.
And this is on the first?
No, this was
so this
prior.
Is another incident.
Yes, another incident. Well, after me standing there for another minute, I gave another rap on the door. And she just did the same thing, looked up at me, and then looked right back down. And I'm like, what the hell is this person's problem? I turned around and walked back to my car and sat back into my car. Once it got to like 12:01, she flashes this light out the door, like, come on now, you can now come to work. So I come up and I come in the door and I clock in and stuff. She leaves. We don't even say a word to each other, not even a word. She leaves, fine and dandy, leaves the property, no big deal. Now, when it comes to this week, this is when this occurred. Okay, when I came up to work.
Okay, let's leave the. Don't just tell me what.
Right.
I don't need to do.
Right.
Because I have to, every time you point to something on the monitor, I have to explain it.
Oh, okay.
And I have not watched the video.
Let's not do that yet. Okay, so I pull up.
Uh-huh.
I get out. I saw her car in the parking lot, and her car looked a lot like, as I had come to find out later on, Edith is her kid. So when I refer to Edith, I'm talking about the secondary guard that used to be there on Sundays, which isn't anymore.
So her vehicle looked like Edith?
Her, yeah, I mistake. Okay, it's my bad. It is my bad in identifying the two vehicles because her car, Alex's car, is white, and I guess her car is gray or blue. But they had the same kind of back spoiler on the back of their car. And the only difference between the two that I could distinguish was their tail lights. Edith's tail light was in the bottom portion of her back window, and Alex's light was embedded into the spoiler. So, being how she backed into the parking space, I wouldn't be able to know. So I got out of my car and I walked over to take a look at the back end of her car. Well, she roughly I hear the thump come from the door from behind me. And, what are you doing taking pictures of my car? What the hell are you doing? And I just stopped exactly what I was doing, and I turned toward my car, and I just walked back to my car. I figured if I do that, it'd at least show her that I'm not taking pictures of her car. And B, it would help de-escalate the situation. But when I got back to my car, and I got into my car, I watched out of the left side where Alex was coming up in an aggressive manner. And this you'll find in the video here. When I saw that, I couldn't park right into the space because I didn't know if he was going to approach me at my car, if he had a weapon on him, whatever the deal was. But I knew I had to keep the distance between him and I, or her and I. So I went to go pull forward. I was going to pull up into the right visitor parking, just to the right, a few feet from the building, in which I'll be showing you that too. But she wasn't having it. She bum rushed out to cut me off. She blatantly, deliberately jumped in front of my car, which you'll see. And she made this notion, and I'll make the motion for you, because you'll see it on here anyway. But she pulls this motion, just picture my right headlamp, my left hand headlamp, which she'd been standing on the passenger side of my vehicle off to the left. She comes up into a ready position like this. She had her jacket off, or not off. I mean, she had her jacket on, but she had it open, and she came up from here, from the hip, like this, like she was drawing something. She pulls up like this, and I'm like,
okay, hold on there. So, just for the record, she was standing in front of your vehicle,
yeah,
between the headlights, sort of.
No, not between. She was more off to the passenger side. She was no longer in front of my vehicle.
And she turned sideways to you.
She turned like in a pivot position, and she acted like she was drawing something up from her
And
head.
she lifted her arms up and pointed.
Yeah,
at you.
you'll see it in the video.
Well, I just have to have it on the record. Okay. Then what happened?
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was in her hand, if she was drawing a firearm or what it was. But I wasn't willing to find that part out. So what I did is I turned hard left. I mean, it was a knee-jerk reaction. When she jumped out in front of my car, I slammed on my brakes. I didn't want to hit her. But when she made that notion, like she was doing a quick draw on me, that scared me. I'm like, hell to the fucking hell. And I turned my wheel to the left, and I applied the gas, and I went around her and took off. And in the midst of me taking off, I heard a couple of thuds on the side of my vehicle. And when I was able to stop my vehicle and get out and check it out, there was a handprint on my passenger side back window.
So you stopped right there after you heard the thumps?
No. I looked up my rearview mirror, saw her standing in the road, and I just kept going.
Okay. I thought you meant to stop right then.
No,
So
not right away.
Okay.
Not right away. I got out of the area. Because I didn't know what she pulled on me. I didn't know if she was going to jump in her car and try and get some kind of chase or what. But I just knew I had to get the hell out of there.
And then, so when you got out, you looked at the vehicle and saw.
Yeah, I saw a hand. It looked like a handprint on my window. I thought she punched. I thought maybe she had punched my window from the knuckles or something.
Which window?
The back passenger side. But I noticed that it wasn't that she punched it head on, because in the video, as I show the video, you'll see it. She took her hand and she went like this.
So she backhanded it?
She backhanded it. But according to her, I hit her and she rolled up and fell down on the ground and all that. Again, another lie. You're going to see the difference here. Because she never hit my car whatsoever. And I told that to the police
Somebody
officer.
said she just backhanded it.
She backhanded my window, yes.
She didn't strike your vehicle? Or your vehicle didn't strike her?
No.
Either?
No, not in any way, shape, or form.
So what happened after you drove off? And you stopped
Okay, I called my supervisor right away. And I told
him. David?
Yes, no, it was Happy I talked to.
Happy?
Happy.
Happy?
Yes, sir. I have that
You know Happy's last name?
no, I don't know what his last name is, but I pre-recorded call of his as well. I recorded everything.
And what happened after you called Happy?
I was petrified. I was scared. I told him, when did you guys put an armed guard on that post? Because that dude just tried to pull a firearm on me. I don't know how much more of this I can take. If you guys are keeping that person there on that site, I'm halfway tempted to call the police, because this is BS. This is way beyond my scope of dealing with your guys' bad hiring practices. This is ridiculous. And Happy was like, whoa, calm down. How can I protect? Look, how can I make things safe for you and stuff like that? I says, well, you can come up here and take the firearm from this brick and take him off the site. Oh, I'm out here and somewhere else. I'd have to send David. Okay, we'll do that. In the meanwhile, he says, well, hey, I got something going on. Can I call you back? And so I said, yeah, sure. And then he receives a call, I guess, he said it was from the fire department. So he called me back and he tells me that the police department are there, and so is the police. Would I mind going back there and talking to them? I says, absolutely. And so I got back into my car and I went back to the site and
Let's stop right there for a second. So she accused you of taking pictures. Were you taking pictures of her car?
No, sir. As a matter of fact, I even handed my phone over to the police officer and showed him my photos to provide proof that I did not have. And I'll show you that here today, too, if you want.
And the second question is, you said she had something in her hand.
It was confirmed.
I realize it's time of the moment, you don't know, but do you know what she had in her hand?
I couldn't identify it at the time. At the time, I could not identify what it was in her hand. But the police officer did assure me that what she had in her hand was a cell phone.
All right, so now you came back, and then what happened?
I came back to talk to the police, to let them know what happened. And the police officer, as I was telling him what was going on, because he's like, well, you need to fill us in, and I was explaining what happened here, I told him that I have a supervisor en route. He should be here momentarily, but can we go in so that way I can show you the footage off of the cameras here? The officer replied to me by telling me there's already a supervisor here. And I said, that's impossible, because I just got off the phone with my supervisor a few minutes ago, and he's off into another place, another area. And unless he can fly like Superman, I don't think that he's here. Well, lo and behold, he never told me who it was that was here. He just huddled up with the other police officers, and then they went inside, and then they came back outside, and one of the officers asked me, can you describe for me what happened? And so I went over to my car, and he says, no, over here. And so I went over, and I, on the side of his car, on the passenger side, and was giving him a detail like I did with you here in the room.
Uh-huh.
And I explained to them, because I said, listen, I noticed that there's a handprint on my car. And I walked over, and it sure was. It's right there on my window.
That's your passenger side?
My passenger side back window. And the police went over there, and they saw that, because he was saying that she went over my hood, or whatever the case may be, and lost her balance and fell down and injured her hand. Okay. Well, like I told the police officer, I said, hey, if she hurt her hand, well, how do you think it's going to feel when you punch an object? I didn't do it. I didn't hurt her. She did that on her own accord. She shouldn't have punched my car if she was concerned about her hand. But that's another thing.
Did you take any pictures of the window?
David did. David did, and I think the police did. And it should be on their body cam. That's another thing. I do need a copy of that police officer's body cam, and I can't get anybody to get it for me.
And so, what happened after that?
What happened after that? Well, they kind of huddled up a little bit and came to the conclusion that I needed to go to jail. So they had me turn around, put my hands behind my back, and they handcuffed me, and they took me off and put me in a car. Now, they put me in one vehicle, and then they switched me to another. The officer, in which I'll show you in video, the officer who's the one that arrested me and stuff.
And were you booked?
Yes, I was booked.
And you know what hand she's claiming she injured?
I don't know. I would have to admit, and this is just me funking it, okay? She probably hurt her right hand.
And that's a guess.
Yeah,
That's a guess on your part.
That would be a good guess, yeah.
You know if she ever sought medical treatment?
An ambulance came out on the property. Now, I wasn't here during it. I saw it on the video here. And a paramedic arrived on the scene, and she turned the paramedic away.
She what?
She turned the paramedic away. She left the property with her mother. She didn't drive her car off of the property. She went and hitched a ride with her mom. Now, if they went to a doctor or whatever, I don't know. But they left the property together.
And
when I got out of jail and I came back the following night because they told me they'd kick me loose and drop the charges and
some charges were dropped the next day?
No, it wasn't the next day. It was the same day. Because I got...
So you were arrested on the 2nd?
I was arrested on the 2nd. I was booked in the jail around 3 o'clock in the morning. I was there until 10:30 at night. I didn't see anybody, didn't talk to anybody.
Wait, you were booked in at 3 a.m.?
Around that.
And then you said you got out the next...
Like 10:30 at night.
That next night?
Or not the next night, that night.
But so it would have
on
been...
the 2nd.
So you were there from 3:30 a.m.
Right.
all the way until
10:30 p.m. And I was able to catch a lift. I caught a lift to work. Because I got arrested in my uniform, I didn't have to go home for any reason, so I just went straight to work.
And was that the same location?
Same location, yes, sir.
And was the claimant there?
No, but another gentleman was there, and they thought that I was not going to be able to come into work, and they took it upon themselves to have a secondary guard come in, which is nice of them to do. It was nice.
And when did you notify your employer of all this? Well, you said there was one of your supervisors on site?
I notified them right away.
And when the officer told you that, when he said a supervisor was on site, was he talking about his supervisor, the cops center, or your supervisor?
Our supervisor.
And what supervisor was there?
I don't know. They never told me.
And for the record, I don't think I asked you, what was the law enforcement agency that responded?
San Jose Police Department.
And is there a board member?
Here, let me get you that. This is all that I have on that whole ordeal. This is what my booking number and stuff was.
And you're showing me a manila envelope that has Howard McLeod.
Here, hold on, let me...
And it's got a number 21018866. And then it has a date, 8/2/21, and a time of 6:19:59 a.m. And then a number, E as in Edward, G as in George, 1322, or it could be an I-322. And so, have you seen a police report?
No, I never have. By any chance, do you have a copy of it?
Well, that's what I was Apparently, I don't know. I don't have one. No.
Oh, yeah.
And so, were you? Okay, do you know if have you talked to the claimant since that incident?
Nope. Now, I did think it was weird that the next following Sunday, her mother came. I went up and relieved her mother from that property. And of course, both the supervisors actually came out. Why? Probably to make sure everything was okay, and everything was. I don't have a problem with Edith at all.
And is that
That's the other guard's mother.
and is that the same guard that you were asking about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that her kid got all belligerent over. There was no call for that.
And so you didn't know that Alex was Edith's daughter?
No, I had
Son,
no
daughter?
clue. I had no clue that that this was a transgender, and B, that this was her daughter.
Any interaction with Edith that night?
A
week later?
No, there was no bad quorums between her and I. And as a matter of fact, I told the company, I said, listen, if you have her work there, it's no big deal. As long as she never brings up anything interfering herself with the situation with Alex, I will never have a problem with it. And I have a feeling that she won't do that.
So, as far as you know, and you learned this, I believe you said from the video, that she turned away paramedics at that time?
He did. Yeah, she did.
He did.
I know.
What,
they threw me for a loop too, trust me.
Do you know if the claimant ever sought medical treatment?
I have no clue. I have no clue.
And did your company institute any type of investigation into all of this?
They had the supervisors. The supervisors came up and took some of the footage off of the surveillance system. They've also taken some of the other footage from previous accounts that I've had with dealing with Alex as well, in which I didn't take that. I just took this main important deal.
And to your knowledge, has the claimant returned to work?
No.
You don't know?
I don't. From my understanding, from what I've been told, is that ever since this has occurred, she's went and filed for some medical thing or whatever, and she hasn't worked since. If she's good for workman's comp, I'm sure that I'm going to send a copy of this down to the workman's comp office too, because that would be pretty
In your
fraudulent.
prior encounters or working in passing, I would say, with her, not working with her, was there ever any indication that she consumed any alcoholic beverages while on duty?
I was never that close to her.
Any indications of her taking
Drug usage?
any prescribed? Well, let me ask that question. For using any prescribed or non-prescribed medications?
I haven't really observed her doing anything, as I say. As far as under the influence, I couldn't tell you. She was just very vague and very personal, in close space kind of thing.
No indication she'd been doing recreational drugs or smoking herbal substances?
I couldn't tell. She just was not that close to me.
And do you know if employees that are injured while on the job, are they required to undergo any drug screening after a claim?
I've never observed that.
And do you wear glasses?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
And were you wearing them at the time of the incident?
No.
And when do you wear glasses?
Well,
Reading or?
they really don't even do any good to me. They prescribe them to me just for the fact of having them on hand, but it does not give me any kind of increase. I have a birth defect here in my eye. It's called stigmatism. I'm sure you've probably never heard of it. You may have heard of a stigmatism. I know. Please don't ask me to spell it because I don't. But it's not it because some people will say, because if you look at my eyes here, would you think that I have astigmatism?
No. They look fine. Just they're not both pointing the same direction.
Right. See, they constantly move.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself, I even explained to that police officer that I would most likely fail a field sobriety test because of it.
With your eyes.
Yeah, because it's due to when I was born, my pupils weren't fully developed. So I've had surgery on both of my eyes as a child, and they thought maybe it was the muscles and stuff. It wasn't. It didn't do any good.
Are you aware of any other witnesses that observed all of this?
No, other than the cameras here.
All right. Now, why don't you tell me what you've viewed? And just for the record, you are going to provide me with copies of these?
Yes, I am gonna. When you leave here, you're gonna have copies of everything I have. Right. How big is this jump drive anyway?
Probably 16. I might have it. Probably do my phone. Anyhow, just for the record, I'm not going to view the tape on the record. I'll watch it after we're off the record. But just for the record, why don't you tell me what the video depicts?
Okay.
And how many cameras were actually used?
Okay. With what I'm going to show you, I don't
want to watch it now. I just want you to explain to me what is on the video.
On the video is going to show the front parking lot camera, which is the camera that they showed the police. The secondary camera that I'm going to show you, the police did not see, and it gives a frontward view from a basketball court in the parking lot. That gives a direct front view of my car. It picks up everything that was done here.
And for the record, I forgot to ask you. I got off subject. Sorry, I'm bouncing around here. Charges were all dropped?
Charges were dropped. As a matter of fact, yes. I had an attorney.
What were the charges that they initially arrested you for?
Assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. But we sent them this.
And this
is from an attorney. We sent this to the police department.
This is from attorney Sam J. Polverino, Polverino, dated September 10th, 2021. Dear Howard, enclosed, please find a certificate of detention changing your arrest to a detention. If you have any questions, please let me know.
I don't know what the hell this is.
So,
I didn't see that.
So they expunged your arrest and turned it into a detention. So you were detained from 3 o'clock in the morning till 10:30 p.m. that night.
Pretty crazy, huh? I don't know what this is. San Jose. It's from the San Jose Police Department. I don't know if that was like my arrest record or what, or arrest, but
you're showing me a detention certificate. As required by provisions of Penal Code 851.6, I hereby certify that the taking into custody of Howard Chris McLeod and so this is just saying that you were detained, you were not arrested. Can I get a picture of this?
Yeah, go ahead.
And is there anything else you'd like to add that I haven't covered in regards to the incident that occurred on the 1st to 2nd?
Okay. I really can't think of anything off the top of my head.
And if I have any follow-up,
I mean, is this Alex person? Is she filing a claim against our company?
There is as far as I understand, there is a workers' comp claim filed claiming that she was injured at work.
This is nice.
Anything else you'd like to add? you mind if I give you a call and chat with you?
Oh, no problem.
And did you understand all the questions in which I asked?
Yeah.
And is all the information provided true to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And you do understand that this conversation was recorded?
Yes.
And that I have your permission to record it?
Yes.
All right, it's now 9:55 a.m. This is Richard Vandeman, Hub Enterprises, here on behalf of Merrill Trust and Star Insurance. Claim number William Charles Boy Victor 21006434, and that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I kind of figured this was working.
Okay, now, guys, this is where we're off the record. So,
Which I picture this before I forget. I was saying I'm going to do something on the record, but I was, hey, where's
Yeah,
that
I know.
thing? Oh, I
That's
forgot. So now I'll watch the video. So you don't think there's enough room on that flash?
I don't know. I can check the file structure size on here. There might be. Oh.
So that's, I'm going to have to get a hold of San Jose PD and see if they have a report number, because your employer does not know, they don't know of any report. They said they think it was just.
But see, now, I did call them, and because, see, the thing of it is I don't want Alex getting away with this. This could have messed up my life.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. But in order for me to get anything done, they have to, they may end up having to reopen this damn thing. But with what I have, I don't think I can lose on this. Whatever he did with his cell phone is, you'll see in the footage. It runs the doggone cell phone along the front of my car. I never hit him or anything like that.
Right, let's watch it.
This is the first one right here. This is from the lobby. Now, the thing I like about this program, and I just found this out the other day, is that I can pause it and go frame by frame if I wanted to. This camera, this is the one that's kind of damning. It kind of looks like I hit him. Why? Because all this is in the way, and you can't really decipher what the hell it is, and it pushes him off camera. Where it pushes him off camera here, the other camera shows everything. It shows all the way up to here, I think. We'll see. Let me review right back to the beginning here.
So that was you walking away?
I'm going to pop up right there.
Oh, where'd you come from?
I came from way over here, but I don't know why that is, that's done that. But I walk right up here. I'm looking at the back window. I'm looking for that thing. He's right here yelling at me. What the hell are you doing taking pictures of my car? What are you doing? And I'm just walking back to my car. I figured I was going to go sit in there.
She's videoing it.
That's fine.
She's got a camera.
Yeah, I see that. And that's fine. She can video it. I don't care. I didn't see a cell phone in her hand. But see how she did that? She got all the way up here. Why did she do that? I stopped, went around. I wasn't trying to hit her in any way, shape, or form. Here's where she is again. Because see, I was over here at the time. I had gotten into my car, reached to my car, and I was watching her walk up here. I didn't see anything in her hand. But see how aggressive? Stomp, stomp, stomp. That's what I read her body language. And I knew that if I pulled in front here, he was going to confront me in my car.
Is that what she made the draw motion?
Yeah, she made the draw motion here.
Well, you just kind of paused in front of her?
It does not pick. I mean, if you look at this footage from here, it looks damning. It does. I mean, oh, come on, don't do that to me now. I mean, It looks damning. I mean, hell, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You see how far apart he is from here.
Yeah.
She's way back here. She's not even up on my car. She's up off to the side, and she's running up with my vehicle. So I guess in a way, somewhat kind of clears me right there. This is the one that the police saw, and plus her cell phone. I know what they saw on her cell phone is a bunch of goggly goo. I saw the cop was viewing his cell phone right on there, right where her camera is pointing right down at it. And, yeah, so I was able to see what she's got on her cell phone too. So let's see here. I'm going to minimize this because that way it doesn't reload the program. Then you just come back here, and I can go here, basketball hoop, b-hoop. Okay. Oh shit, why did I do that? Don't do that. I had to use an editor program just so that way I can load this up. Now, I don't know anything about editing. I don't know how to edit. And if they ever say anything to the effect that they think that this video is edited, they can pull it off their server box. And if they think I did it there at work, well, they got 2 or 3 other server boxes that we don't have any access to on that property. So in other words, I didn't doctor this video in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't know how to. Open with. I did that so I can have both of these videos up there. Oh wait. Okay. Go back. Wait a minute. Do I want that one? Yeah. This is the beginning part of it. There's 2 parts to this part. But this is, like I said, facing off of that basketball.
That's your car right there.
No,
no, right.
This is an employee's car.
Right there.
Oh, yeah, that's her car. Okay. That's her car. Yeah. This is a great view. Got your popcorn?
You got a light right there.
Yeah. It amazes me because when we sat up and videoed it off of the thing, the quality on them monitors suck. You can't make heads or tails of anything. But now that I got the files, came home, put it on my system, shit, you can see the whole footage where he's running across the car, and I was going, damn, dude, okay, yeah, no, for surely I got good solid evidence now. But here we go. I'll roll the beautiful beam footage.
There she is.
I don't even see her.
Oh, yeah, she just walked by her car on the other side. I've seen so many of these things.
Did she?
Yep. Or maybe that was you walking back. That might have been you. There she is.
See? I'll do that again. Watch this. We can. Oh, goddamn.
It was going good.
I was going so good. Okay. Okay. Okay, no, we gotta go. I want to go. see me apply the brakes.
No, just to say, you have the brakes on.
Oh no. Damn it, I'm going backwards. I don't want to go backwards, I want to go forward. There I go. I see him. This mouse is so sensitive. I see him. I apply my brakes. He's running right across my car. See him crossing in front of my car, and look at the distance between my car and him. That shows on that video. You can see the distance between him and my car. And then right there, he's off to the side. Now watch this. Well, I think this is where it's going to cut it off because it's at the end of the video. But he's on the side. You see him pivoted there, off to his side. And watch. Well, okay, that might be at the end. Yeah, that's at the end. Okay, so part 2 to this. Okay. There you go. That was her quick draw thing. I'm just gonna go frame by frame because it was like in the blink of an eye. I got my brakes on, pulls up, I see him, I lay on the gas, and I go right around him. Look at the gap between his body and my car. Even right there shows he's got a serious gap because there's my side mirror right there. If I hit him, my mirror would be sucked in. But hey, like the police officer said, his leg went over the hood of my car, and the cop said, I saw it. Is her leg over the hood of my car? Doesn't look like it at all to me. Oh, by the way, did she lose balance? Oh, let's see if she loses balance. I see her pull her hand. Oh, damn, that was damning. That was a nice quick draw there, McDraw. I'm out of here. You see her punching. Backhand. Boom. Boom. Boom.
If you hit her, she's running alongside of you.
I don't know. I must be one of them. But according to the police, I hit her. And she fell on the ground. And she is just rendered. I'll just play it in its entirety because I'll play it all the way back here so you can see it for yourself. But it's like a doggone Benny Hill moment. Let's run after the car a little bit. Now watch this. This gets interesting. Watch what she does coming back. Oh, hey, yeah, let's walk back here. The hand that she was hitting the car with, her right hand, okay, she's on her cell phone. She's talking on her cell phone. She goes and she opens the door with her hand. She's just la 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 la. And I have a funny feeling the person that she has on that phone right there is her mama. I don't think it's the police. She never calls into our supervisor to notify them that an incident has occurred until
And that's protocol.
that is protocol. They had to hear from the fire department, not from her.
Who called the fire department?
Oh, who called the supervisor after I did? It was the fire department. According to Happy, you can listen to that phone call if you want.
No. Wait, do you have them? Oh, let me see. Different one.
I guess I'm going to have problems charging my phone today. It just does not want to cooperate. I don't know why. No. Scotty, what did you do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go. I don't know why this supposed to offer me problems today. I used a back program on my phone called Record All Calls. I don't care. Come on.
So what's this? What's the call you're talking about?
I have a program called Record All Calls.
No, but what's the call you want?
Oh, that I when I called Happy, when I got a hold of Happy that night, and he had told me that the fire department got a hold of him and said that Alex or that the police were up there and if they wouldn't mind if I would come up there and talk to them and stuff. Like, well, why would the fire department ask you? You know,
I don't need to hear that, but I do need the video.
Yeah.
Just in case there's, just make sure they give me the
now,
camera 5.
now I am. And not only that, but I also have the lobby too. Yeah, that's what she did. She wasn't injured. She's walking back through everything. You see, she's walking normal. And usually, if you get hit by a car, you'd hurt a leg or something. Why the hand?
I can see the light from the phone or reflection from the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's walking normal. She's not overlooking her body to see if anything's injured. And I can show you the lobby and where she's going into the lobby too, if you care to want to look.
Yeah, let's go to the light.
Let's see. Okay. You can do this one, right? M1 in lobby. Okay. Oh shit. And this is this is at 12 o'clock, 12, I can't even read it.
So this is after she came back in?
Yeah, this is after she came back in. But you'll see, she's doing something with her hands. She was, oh, here, let me back that up. We caught caught her scratching like she just did right there. And then after a while, if you watch some of the clips there, you'll catch a clip where she'll go like this, you know. But that's before the cops come. So you'll get all of that as well. I go further down here. Okay, that is his mother. That's Edith. And this police officer here, this was the arresting officer. Now, he shows his footage off of his phone from here, but he kind of ducks it away. But later on, you'll see him stand right here, and he'll have his phone out like this, and you can see the whole footage that he recorded. See? You don't get to see it very good because he does that, but when he's over here, you see, and you'll see they only show this police officer that front view. No other camera. When the police come in here, this guy, he is observant. He notices the panels over here. It's not on our display, but there's two big TVs right there on that wall that displays a lot of cameras. That camera is not up here. There, he drew it up right there. You don't see that camera on there.
Basically, I just need the ones that outside, unless it shows her biting her hand or something.
Yeah, well,
she's not showing any indication of her hand being hurt there.
No, I know. She's answering her phone, opening doors, typing. She's got Mama here to do it all because she's so injured. She was opening that door a while ago. She was she was talking on her phone and opening a door, having both hands in use there. I wonder if I got that one. I know I'd be somewhere on here. I have to. If I didn't, I can get it. Let me give you a copy of this. Let's see here. Okay, this must be your drive. Yep, that's your drive. Yep. Oh no. Come on, man, you gotta be nice to me.
All you have to do is drag it over.
Oh, shoot. Okay, that's right. I can't do that. Not yet. I can, though. I just got to do this. That's why that did that.
How's it going?
Now I can do it. Shoot. Let me cancel that. Only because it might get screwed up because of that. I don't want nothing to go wrong. If you drag and drop, it'll just transfer the files from one place to the other. And there is not enough space. So this is a small drive.
16. That's using just basically I need the 2 videos that you showed me of the hard drive.
Okay. This has the only thing here.
No, those open. Well, my tech the company's tech company can figure out how to open.
Yeah.
I don't play on my computer.
You can use an editor program. What I've been using here is this program right here.
Video, add, video.
Yeah, it seems to work good for it. You got the free version of it, so
yeah,
they give you the full version of it. I want to make sure. Okay. Yep. Okay. That is fully functional. Oh, come on. Okay. Up doing the darn thing. Okay, that's there. Now, I'll sift through all that data I got, and I find that doggone part where she's gnawing and stuff. I will get you a copy of it. Okay? But, because it's here, it's already here. It's just, I could make that part, I could probably take a gandering guess, and I could probably copy and transfer it over to here if it'll permit me to. Okay, yep, okay. Yeah, it's working. You can minimize it. I'm going to get it out of there. I could take an estimated guess as to, and just clip just a few of them and put it in there. Let's see here. I can build another folder here. New folder. And we'll call this As far as the one dealing with her opening that front door, I'll have to find it. Let's see, now let's go back here. I'll go here. Lobby. And let's say, maybe about that one. This way, this will give you an idea of what she was doing while she was sitting there at that front desk. And I'll have to dig back into the footage to get to that other part, because I see what you're going at with that, because the more activity she's having with her hands shows the less injury that she. If she's, oh my God, I'm just so hurt, I can't work. She can work. She can work, and she's just going to choose not to.
Play the game. Then she's going to turn it into the.
No.
No.
I'm worried that she's going to try and sue me. This is why I'm trying to be.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
This is why I'm trying to
Make
be.
sure you have all this legally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I got.
She'll turn it into a gender thing.
Yeah, I have no doubt. She had. She'll turn it into a 3-ring circus. If I get her charged with falsifying a police report, that's going to null and void anything. And I have enough evidence right there, right? To say that she falsified her report?
Well, you'd have to see the report. I would assume so.
Well, she's saying that I struck her with my car and they were charging me with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. And did you see her being hit?
Yeah. I'll call San Jose PD and see if there is a report on that.
Okay. If you by any chance find a copy of it, please send me it.
If I do get it, it'll be insurance companies, but I can tell you how to do it. It's public, right?
Yeah, I don't even know how to do all that stuff.
Call down there and tell them you were involved in an incident, and I want to know the report number.
The report number?
Yeah, you'll be able to get a copy of the report because you're involved in it.
Okay.
I have to send a letter from the insurance company saying that in order to get it.
Damn, just copying and pasting that's a lot of data.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's going to fit on there. Look at the last one and they go, oh, that's not enough.
Oh, you went over. What is it? I don't know. We'll test one of the boogers. Make sure it transferred over okay. Handling the phone. That's supposedly the
She's
handy.
got 2 cell phones.
See, I think she, well, okay. Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. Because that's not the company's phone right there.
Oh, you guys have company phones?
Yeah, we got company. Yeah,
What is she doing? She's syncing them?
probably.
Can't tell what the... Unless that's a picture of her mom and she's on the Stop. That's right.
Oh. No, it's still going.
There it is. It just repeated itself.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Coming to the end, right? Right.
Yeah.
There.
But it works.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, I'm going to go out to the lost location, get some photographs.
You want to look at my car?
No, I don't think there's any reason to. The video speaks for itself.
Oh, that's right. That's why that was so slow transferring. This USB port coming off this pad is low. No. That's why it took a while.
Well, thank you.
Hey, not a problem.
I'll give your boss a different one.
If there's anything else that you need,
Yeah, this whole thing is a joke, but you got to go through the frickin' motions.
yeah.
Anywho.
But in your own honest opinion, do you think I hit her with my car? No? Yeah, because there was some, I mean, hell.
She's going to milk this for as much as she can.
Oh, you know she will. Yeah. You know, yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that turned out pretty good. Tomorrow, stay tuned for tomorrow's edition. We will go ahead and do a panel. And we'll get your thoughts on some of this, of what's happened and stuff. And we'll go from there. This is Bulldog 917 saying, if you can, please, you like this kind of content, please subscribe, and tickle that bell notification. And if you can, give me that big thumbs up. So, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, we will see you later.